Water. Are you drinking enough? So water is probably the most undervalued nutrient that we must drink for life, let alone for our fitness needs or our bodybuilding needs. But are you drinking enough water? And it really does help with bloat. So just had one of my clients check in and asked me this question: why is it that she bloats some days and other days that she comes, wakes up with a flat stomach? And often with a lot of people, it's simply because you're not drinking enough fluid. And by fluid, I don't mean teas, coffees, sodas, because all caffeinated beverages, they'll all contain obviously caffeine, and that in itself will slightly dehydrate you and will make you pee more, so you're not hydrated. So we need pure, fresh, clean water. Tapped water is fine, it tastes a bit metallic. Bottled water obviously tastes nicer. Is there a difference? Jury's really out. Depends where you live, depends on the quality of your tap water. So I've got Malden Springs here, so it's quite nice. But if it's very lime scaly, it's probably better that you drink bottled water. But it doesn't matter, as long as you get your quota in for the day. Now, for most sort of people that are exercising, depending on how much you sweat, I'd look at getting in somewhere between, as a smaller person or a female, somewhere like 2 to 3 litres, and as a male or a big bodybuilder, anywhere up to sort of 6 litres, 7 litres even, over the course of a day. Depends how sweaty you are in your training sessions, how often you're training, what climate you live in. But what is important in these winter months is that we do still try and drink the fluid, which is a lot easier obviously in the summer when you're hot, and it's a lot easier to drink cold water when you're thirsty. And when you're cold, as we are in the UK a lot, you don't fancy drinking that too much, but do make an effort. And if you find that cold water is hard to break down, just buy some bottled water and don't put it in the fridge. That's sort of a simple go-to. And my go-to is really to count bottles. So if you've bought bottled water, it's easier for you to see how much you're drinking over the course of the day, rather than just going to the tap every now and then when you're thirsty. And on that point, if you are thirsty, it's probably too late. So you should really be drinking regularly small sips through the day. That's the best way to hydrate, rather than guzzling tons of it, because if you do that, it'll just come out the other end. But if you are thirsty, you will often find that you're already dehydrated. And when you're dehydrated, often people snack and people eat more because they think that they need something. And for those people on a diet and are counting their calories, a real good thing to do is just go and drink a couple of glasses of water and see if that takes your appetite away. Because often it's your hunger signals are being kind of confused with you being thirsty. So try that at home first. So what does drinking all this water actually do? Well, one of the sort of key things that I like to use it for, and a lot of people in the fitness industry use it for, is by drinking water, you'll actually hold less water. So you'll look leaner, more conditioned, more in shape by drinking more water. And now a lot of people probably scratch their head and think, how's drinking more water make you, hold less? Well, you'll pee more. And so your body's used to an influx of water coming in here, so it allows it to release from there. And conversely, if you then try and hold back from drinking water, after a period of time, it's normally like 24 hours or so, your body will go, hang on a minute, I'm not getting any more water in, so I better hold on to the water that's already retained in the body, and then you'll stop peeing as much and you start to hold water. So drinking often and frequent will help prevent that. What else does it do? Well, water helps flush through all the protein-rich diet that we're putting into our body, so it helps clear through the kidneys, clear through the liver, and helps push the toxins around that can stagnate in there if there's not enough water in the system. So it is important for that, and also it's important for nutrient partitioning, and also things like blood glucose control. So a lot of diabetics will know that when they wake up and they're dehydrated, their blood sugar is higher. But once they start drinking as the day goes on, or from the morning onwards, and if they retest, their blood sugar will come down. So drinking water will help move the blood around the body and dilute it, so you're in a much healthier position on your liver and kidneys. And finally, what else does water do? So this is important, and I've just had this conversation with my 5-year-old little boy CJ this morning, saying to me, Daddy, got a sore belly, Daddy, belly hurts. Get that quite a lot with him, so he doesn't drink enough water, and I'm forever telling him drink enough water. And why has he got a sore belly? Because he doesn't get regular enough. So drinking water will keep you regular. So we all need some of that. Nothing worse than feeling bloated through the stomach. What else can water do? Well, if you're taking supplements, and a lot of people take pre-workouts, creatine, etc., a lot of them supplements work a lot better when the water amount is diluted in their supplements, so it helps that get around the system, get into the system quicker. You know, it's become quite popular for people to shotgun these like dry powders in the mouth. Doesn't really absorb very well that way, and they were all designed to be put in your shaker, mixed up with 200-300 mils of water at least, and drunk. So if you are dry humping your supplements into your gob, try diluting them the way they're supposed to be done. And finally, coupled with water, a lot of people will hold back on salt because they think salt will make them hold water or retain water in the body, and that's normally not the case. It's normally the case that they're not drinking enough water to flush the salt around the body. Your body actually needs sodium for muscle contractions, and obviously for the salt and electrolytes that you're sweating out in your exercise. So do salt your food. You'll feel loads more energy for it if you're not already. Plus, nothing tastes worse than green vegetables without salt on. So seasoning your food's definitely a go-to. As long as you're drinking enough fluid, your body won't retain water. And a lot of my clients are kind of already fixated with not having salt in any of their foods and eating this bland food, but their muscle contractions and gym workouts suffer because of it. But they don't want to add salt onto their food because they think they're going to retain water. Now, this may be the case for literally a day or two, but as long as you're drinking enough water, that will soon dispel that out of your system, and you'll never realise that life was so hard before. So drink your water. There's a door. Better go. See you next time.